Hi, Olivia. I really liked the prototype that you, Carissa, and Morgan were able to come up with. I think that it was very visually appealing and easy to use, and I really liked that you guys made your presentation look exactly how you wanted your app and your prototype to look. I think you guys did a great job. Um, I really liked your checklist and your streak system for medication regimen adherence. I think that that's going to be very, very helpful. I think it's engaging and motivating, and it's really going to encourage consistency, especially for older adults with a bunch of medications. I think that older adults will probably benefit from not only the visual tracking and the easy to use nature of your prototype, but also I think that older adults can sometimes be more forgetful, and so it's going to be really helpful for them to have that checklist feature to remind themselves, did I take that medication today? And be able to see the green check mark to say, yes, they did. And if not, I think that the reminder system is going to be really, really helpful for them. So I really liked that. One thing that I would consider is the initial data entry process. I think for older adults, it might be a little bit time consuming and challenging, especially for those who aren't super technologically advanced, to go in there and enter all of that information about the medications, especially if they don't have a ton of education about medications and dosages beforehand. Um, so maybe we can combat this with either more step-by-step guidance, like visual things saying, look at this part of your bottle for that number and put it in here. Maybe voice input, or maybe even an option to sync your My Chart with your prescriptions to the application, and then maybe that link would make things easier. One thing that I was also questioning was the education content within the app. Is that written in a way that is also geared for older adults to easily understand, especially those who might have a lower health literacy or maybe more forgetful or might just need things in simpler terms? I think that older adults often struggle with complex medical language and having to read really dense material. So I was just wondering what the education component of your application looked like. One idea that came from your video was maybe you could integrate a medication scanning feature where the adult or maybe their caregiver can scan the barcode on prescription bottles, and that can populate medication lists, dosages, education, and maybe side effects, diet, like all sorts of information about the medication. That would be easy to understand for both the older adult that is using the prototype, and then also for all of their caregivers, and even for nurses when they're admitted to the hospital, just to have the app open and see what all they've been used. I think that the scanning feature is going to be really helpful, just to eliminate the human error and maybe the negligence that would come with having to input everything by yourself, because I could see that maybe would be a little bit time consuming, or maybe people would just be like, oh, I'll do that later and then forget. But overall, I think you guys did a great job, and I'm excited to learn more.